Hi guys, it's BellaGemaNails, and today I am going to be doing another project with this mini purse. Now, I did do the mini last video and you guys got to see how I upped the ante with this black adorable clutch. This was very Chanel vibes. However, this bag is going to be very kawaii and I'm going to do a candy theme. So what you're going to need for this design is your adorable little mini, and you can see how tiny that is. You will need some cabochons. I ordered these from Amazon and they come in a big pack and they're all candy theme and they have gorgeous colors. And I already sorted out the charms that I like for this bag color. So this is what I'm going to be using, but you do get a lot. So these are the cabochons that I ordered and they come in a multitude of designs and colors. And I picked the colors that were most appropriate for the bag. I wanted to make sure that the bag just pops. And they have a multitude of lollies. They have rainbows. They have another lolly. They have the sugar gummies. And they have some little candies here that say sweet. And there's some adorable little cabochons here. And I just fell in love with them. I think my favorite have to be the gummies. These gummy bears are adorable and they look legit. So here is another little candy here. So what I did is I sorted through them and I made sure I picked the best ones. And here you have a lot to pick from, 120. You can't beat that with a stick. The next thing you will need is your Whipple Cream, and this is perfect for any kawaii designs you want to do on your phone or a project like this because it's perfect. It looks like real cream, and that's what I want to be able to add dimension and add charms. So I have a bunch of charms. I have a lot of rhinestones. I have bows. I'm going to put these aside so if I want to add in between the big charms, if I want to add any rhinestones or extra sparkly stuff, I have that on hand. I suggest before you start laying out the Whipple to lay out some of the charms so that you see what kind of placement you're going to establish before you adhere these charms, because a lot of times you kind of get lost along the way and you don't have an actual pattern or a picture to reference. So just start laying out charms. So all these items are from Amazon and they are available on Prime. This particular bag comes in a multitude of colors, so they have a wide selection. So if you want to take a look at that, they have really cute ones. So it comes with the video if you want to go and log on to take a look how to use it, or you can just follow this tutorial. You're going to massage this Whipple for a bit and you're going to soften it as much as you can. And then you're going to be pressing it all the way up and you're going to tie something here so that all the contents moves up here towards the nozzle. So just massage it. You're not going to take this out in the rain because Whipple is water soluble, so it will fall apart. There's all different kinds of ways that you can do your swirls. You just have to read the instructions and decide which one you want to go with. You can do circles, swirls, star-shaped, chain, spiral. Like a lot of options there. I'm going to take off the cap, and there's a little security thing here so that it doesn't come gushing out. You're going to place the other cap, swirl cap on. There you have your Whipple with your spiral nozzle. Make sure you close it because it'll dry rather quickly. Okay, so I have tightened the end and pushed all of the Whipple to the tip of the nozzle. I'm taking the backings off of these rhinestones so that I can deposit in between little tiny gaps because these come to a point. I'm actually pushing them into the Whipple And you can see the swirls on the outskirts, which is super cute. I wanted to make sure I cover all the inside part of it as best I can, but it's good to see the outside perimeter so you see that you actually added some dimension there. You don't want to press too hard when adding them, because then you'll just bury them. But make sure that they're upright and not leveled so that they can sparkle really nicely. I'm using regular crystal clears, no AB crystals. Okay guys, so I have added the little Whipple Flowers. I just basically did swirls and they had a tiny little tip, and I added about 12 to 14 millimeter rhinestones to the tip of the swirl, and then I press them gently and they automatically just form a flower. And you can see how many I added just to kind of add another dimension of 3D. I also did them around the edges of the designs and also on top of the lollies here, you can see. And it kind of just gives it an extra little charm. I'm going to show you how to do just one. It took me quite a bit of time off camera to do because it's rather tedious. You're going to make sure that your Whipple is pressed to the top with the band, and you are going to make sure your nozzle is clean. So your nozzle's clean. I'm going to add a little flower here. Just press and pull back. Press and pull back. Now, usually you can do it in one try if you press enough of the Whipple, but it's a little trial and error. But you can see it has the shape of the spiral. You put the rhinestone on the top. You can skip this step if you're not going to add these little flowers and rhinestones. You don't have to do it. You could leave it as it was before. And when you press it lightly in, you can see how it forms a flower there. And then I just kind of clean up the outside area that I don't want on the charm. And there you have your tiny little flower. And it looks nice to add around the bits that have gaps, which I don't have a lot of, but that's just an added dimension and idea for you in case you want to do that to your design. All right, guys, 2 days later and this bag is dry. The most surprising part of this design was the fun I had in creating it. Working with Whipple was a lot more fun than I had imagined, and you could see how it just turned out. You almost can't tell that it even has the Whipple unless you turn it over. And then if you hold it right side up, I made sure to leave the swirls intact, and I didn't want to cover them with charms in order for you to see the contrast between the charms and then the cream here. The sides, not that visible, not that noticeable, but the top definitely is. And you can see all the beautiful cabochons that I decided to use to bring out the pink in the bag. And I think it was a perfect complement to add the little flowers all over the bag to hide some of the gaps and cuts and breaks in the candy, and just to adorn a little bit more the tops of the candy cabochons. I think that it's just a wise choice because it adds a lot more bling, and of course it wouldn't be a BellaGemaNails design if it didn't have loads of bling. Now, I do want to show you a side-by-side comparison so you can see the bag I previously designed, which was my Chanel Pearl Vibes, and then the Candyland themed pink bag. You can see how the cabochons and the color of the purse really influence the final look of the bag, and I have to say that I love them both. I hope that you all enjoyed this DIY as much as I loved creating it for you. It was a very fun design. If so, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up or pop a comment below, perhaps do both. If you're not yet subscribed, I invite you to do so down below. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.